Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see what happens here. The first Monkey King pick of the tournament in game one of OG versus Finem. This is the upper bracket, no elimination here. We've got Mott and Draskell to cast this one.
Thanks so much, guys. This is why we love Elimination Mode. We get to see stuff like this. Monkey King. Super excited. Draskell, are you a Monkey King player? Are you a Monkey King picker?
I am definitely not either of those things. I'm not a huge fan of playing Monkey King, and I definitely don't like playing against them.
Okay. Jesus. You definitely like playing against them, huh? Well, this is going to be interesting. How do you feel about the support Monkey King?
I think the hero just has so much utility that you can pretty much play it in any role. I think that's the main complaint that a lot of people have about the hero is, oh, I can pretty much just do everything. Like 2 years ago, there was this hero named Doom, and he could go to mid, he could go to safe lane, off lane, he could roam, he could literally do it all. And Monkey King kind of is the same and where he can go everywhere, but what he offers is a little bit different, and that's insane kill potential, great vision, and pretty good scaling as well.
I mean, look at him right now. He's already deep close to this observer ward spot, sitting behind that tier 1 tower. He just sees where S4 is. Like, he's already got amazing vision here. They don't even need this ward. He can just stay up here. So he went for the tree dance first. Is the Primal Spring ready? This hero has some ridiculous abilities. Like,
I mean, you know it's bad when everyone in the game was actually just talking about the hero and saying how balanced they think it is before the game even starts. Oh, he got
they got power shot. They might actually get first blood off maybe next time. They get off a good cold embrace from SSA Spartan, but we have Jirax and Ogre on S4 and Fly auto-attacking him, and without that ability to get back up in the trees, S4 will draw first blood, so...
That's...
All right, that's one way to deal with it.
That's pretty bad for a lot of reasons, though. Like, Spartan skilled level 1 Cold Embrace. You definitely don't want that on a Wyvern. If they wanted a chance of winning this potentially dual off lane, or actually it looks to be an aggro try coming out from OG, not having, like, your best harassment ability Arctic Burn at level 1 is going to be pretty bad. So I'm kind of wondering what the Finem are going to choose to do about this.
They're rotating the Monkey King down bottom for maybe next time. So now this turns into a defensive duel lane with Madara just kind of... He thinks S4 is up here, but Jirax and Fly are going to come out of the woodwork momentarily. They also have a ward closer to the pole camp. They see where SSA Spartan is. Like you mentioned, he has Cold Embrace, so we'll see how it goes. And I'm not sure if they can really get much done when the wave pushes out.
This hero doesn't do anything with Cold Embrace. Like, he skilled it to try to save his Monkey King, but there was literally no way he was going to live. It's like the equivalent of an Axe going into a level 1 fight and skilling Call or something like that. In bottom lane, Doom managed to pick up the kill on No Tail, so a little bit, like, evening the odds a tiny bit, but... I still think that this tri lane is going to be a gigantic problem.
Yeah, they're already, like, Madara has to back up. He's getting cold feeded, and the power shot's going to come out. They won't get the kill, but No Tail is still having a rough time bottom. He doesn't have, like, he's skilled Mana Burn up first, Mana Break, excuse me. Maybe next time chasing him down. He does have the Tree Dance ready. Skylark diving the tower. Now a TP is coming out. So they actually rotate Jirax down to the bottom lane. So they got the aggressive tri lane out of that top lane and started making it into a defensive dual lane down bottom.
Yeah, the pressure is pretty much what they have to do. Finem, if nothing else, always go for the fight. They don't want to just sit there and do nothing. They're always looking to try to push their advantage in some way. So it's the right call. As far as skilling a level 1 Mana Break, I think in a 1v1 against Darkseer, you pretty much always get that skill first, and he probably just assumed that no one was going to be making a rotation that early, but little did he know that Monkey King is actually just not visible 90% of the game because he's always in trees.
Little did you know they were going to skill Cold Embrace on SSA Spartan, rotating him down bottom. Now the Arctic Burn is leveled up for SSA Spartan. They're going into S4, and he'll stay alive. He has the salve, he has 2 stick charges as well as some tangos, so he's fine for now. But they're starting to get some room to work with in this top lane. Madara is still only sitting at, what, 4 last hits? It's not that great, but they're trying to get a little bit more here.
The thing about Finem's lineup is it's very combo oriented, so I think to a certain degree, if Madara doesn't have an amazing laning phase, they still have Coil, that combo to fall back on, and eventually the Winter's Curse as well. Plus, you can stack the Monkey King ult on all of those things, because they all disable in an area for like some amount of time, right? So it's not as if they absolutely need to crush it during the lanes, but there is some emphasis on them getting things done during the mid game.
Right. Going back to the Monkey King, do you scale up the Boundless Strike next? I think this stun is insanely strong, I feel like. The long distance.
Yeah, I think the support, it's usually 1-1-1, and then depending on the situation, you put like the extra point into Jingu Mastery, but since they nerfed it, it doesn't really scale as well, so I'm curious to see if MNT decides to maybe go a different path this game. Having the stun duration is definitely very useful when you're trying to go for kills, especially if you got like the double Ion Shell, so we'll have to see.
He went Jingu Mastery for his 2nd level. He's going for the Boundless Strike, but they blink out and they make sure No Tail gets away, so he's going to be fine. So far right now, looking at the mid lane matchup, Thug is actually doing rather well for himself against a DK. 19 last hits, 4 denies to Anna's 15-0. So he's doing okay for himself. Meanwhile, again, we talked about Madara in the top lane. That's what Finem are sort of missing out on, a little bit of CS in that top lane. But No-Tail's not doing much better in the bottom lane with 14 last hits.
Well, that's kind of the point. Like, when you're playing against DS, even though potentially you could, like, win this 1v1 as AM if you can keep him out of mana, like, MNT is not just going to let him have that, the safe 1v1. And as far as Puck goes, probably one of Thug's best heroes, like that and Queen, are probably the two at the forefront of that. So if I'm putting faith in anything about Finem, it's the fact that he plays probably one of the best Pucks right now. Yeah,
for sure. He's done really well for himself. He was maybe looking to set something up, but Anna's going to grab an Invis rune. There was a lot of Primal Springs or Boundless tree dances coming out from Monkey King just to get over there. Now he's going to find Drax. He's going to get the bounty rune. And just going to hit each other. Also rotating in his Skylark, but he doesn't have any mana. Going to go for the tree dance, and they're going to try to go.
Dude. You just can't run away.
Yeah, he's got no wind run. He's going to use his power shot. Drax is probably dead. He will not die to the creeps. He goes down. Maybe next time gets the kill. That's without the stun. He doesn't even need it. He can just jump on trees and just right-click you down. There's nothing you could do about it.
Yeah, as soon as he hits you with Boots or Venom, you pretty much you're dead.
Anna, sitting behind the trees. Maybe next time ready to jump. Thug nearby. He's got his coil ready to go. He also has a illusory orb. He's enough mana for it. TP's coming in. And maybe next time we'll see it. And they're just going to leave. Jerax is just coming in to help out. But
they made him pop the invis. He was feeling a bit uncomfortable. He's not going to be able to get anything out of it in regards to a kill. But it's still nice to make him use that. Top lane, S4 dropping a little bit low.
Yeah, S4 has been getting hit. He's been getting hit with a lot of these Arctic burns, and they've given a lot more room to Madara just with these two heroes alone, with Spartan and Madara in this lane. So they've been pretty aggressive so far in this game, and it's actually paying off a little bit. No-Tail getting Jingu Mastered on, and he's level 5. He's sitting now at 26 last hit, so he's doing okay, but I don't know.
It's not really particularly hard to bully an anti-mage. I think that's like one of the biggest problems with the heroes still. Is like in some 1v1s he can do okay, but as soon as you add one extra hero to the mix, he just doesn't really contribute a whole heck of a lot. Right. And it seems like No-Tail's just going for... It could actually be a Ring of Health, a Ring of Regen into something else, but I'm assuming it's just going to be a Dominator, because I've seen a lot of anti-mages doing that recently at high MMRs, but... I'm curious to see how it works out, because I still think the hero offers a lot during the mid-late game. But with the way that people build him now, it seems almost as if, OG are going to be maybe even a bit more proactive with the AM than normal.
Yeah. We'll see if he gets involved early on. Do you think they need to go bottom and help him out, or do you think they can just leave him on his own? Right now, Skylark is against him 1v1. I mean, yeah, he's out of mana a lot of the time, but he still is getting Iron Shells off and harassing No-Tail. I mean, look where he's positioned now.
He's got the Soul Ring. So once you have that item, it's like pretty much no way that the Darkseeker is ever going to completely be out of mana. It's always enough for at least an Ion Shell. So that's good enough, I think, for the time being for him. And he can safely farm onto the tower. Neither of these heroes should really ever kill each other in a 1v1. So I think that OG will be alright with it. But if Skylark overplays, I would fully expect a TP counter gank.
Yeah. Use the tree dance again. Anna getting jumped on. They do have the Boundless Strike. Dreamcoil will go first. They have the stun if they need. Illusory Orb coming out. Jingu Mastery doing some nice work. And that's maybe next time getting a killing spree on the Monkey King. Looking to go into phase boots. So already he's been involved in like, how many kills here? He's got 3 kills, no assists, and only 1 death, which was early in the game.
Yeah, I mean, he got caught out on a tree and power shot it. That was actually a really sick first split, but Fly, that's not where you want to be.
Getting caught too. Jingu Mastery coming. Sticks up, cold feet though, and Fly might be able to get the solo kill. No! Yes, he just barely gets it. Jeez. That was a man fight, if I've ever seen one.
That's what you call the monkey confidence. Playing Monkey King, so you just assume if any hero attacks you in a 1v1, you're just going to kill him. And then sometimes you just randomly die because you just don't expect the enemy to deal more damage than you do because you're Monkey King.
I mean, that was, was that even with a tree dance? I think he just right-clicked him and used his Boundless Strike. I'm not even sure.
He had, I think, like 1 charge of Jingu left when he hit him the first time, and then he queued. No, he had 2, yeah. S4, though?
S4, now getting jumped on as well. They're using the Arctic Burn. Good Shackle Shot. S4 using, of course, the Battery Salt, but they will get the kill. They will get the return, but S4 going down is pretty big for Madara and Spartan in this lane.
Yeah, getting any kills in that early game, especially on something like Monkey King, takes a lot of pressure off the map. So that's 2 deaths in a row for MNT. It does hurt him quite a bit. this hero doesn't, like in a support capacity, he doesn't really offer the same ridiculous damage output, and that's where Ad Finem are going to be looking to the rest of their wombo combo that we were kind of talking about earlier to make things happen. But, you know, those ultimates are slowly but surely coming online. Spartan's halfway to 6 right now. He's level 5. They have the coil already. They used it to kill Ana once mid.
They have battle trance as well if they want to use it for him so he can get more Jingu mastery
Top
out.
as well, Madara going down.
Oh man,
Top by hook shot, trapped inside of the cogs.
Rotation mid, they're going to go into Ana Dream Coil coming again. They have the Boundless Strike ready to go. They might need to use it. Dragon Tail comes out, Breathe Fire. They should still be able to get this kill. They're waiting, really waiting to use it. Oh, the Shackle shot from Jerax goes. Maybe next time, still trying to get the stun off. He will, but they don't have the damage. They can't chase up to the high ground. And now Thug getting right-clicked by Jerax. He's low, but not low enough yet. He has Phase Shift. He also has a Lose Your Orb, and he'll use both to get out of that bad situation. But wow, pretty good Shackle shot there from Jerax to save that life.
I feel like Wind Ranger is actually pretty strong at the moment when you pair her with something that just holds heroes in place for so long. They're going to go for Jerax here.
I don't think they got the slow. Lose Your Orb's going to come out. They will stun, but maybe next time I think maybe miscommunicating. Thug not going for the jaunt, but still, they push back the couple of heroes mid. Ana had TP's back into the lane. And I think all things considered, Ad Finem are doing pretty well. They've got a lot of CS on 2 heroes, both Thug as well as Skylark, which is not that surprising. Anti-Mage just slowly but surely but catching up, but it's pretty even so far, I think, in this game, Andy. There's a 1,000 net worth advantage for Ad Finem at this point.
Yeah, they do want to be ahead, though, with their lineup inherently. Like, they want to get a small lead, get the mech on Skylark going after the Helm of the Dominator, potentially, and just start going for these fights. Because until BKB, I would actually say that Ad Finem have a great 5-man composition, whereas OG have good pickoff, and MNT in trouble again.
Yeah, power shot, Jerax comes in. They even had the Ice Blast ready to go if they needed it. He had his Jingu Mastery, he was doing some nice damage to Ana, but now this tower probably going to fall. They have Elder Dragon Form in 3 seconds. Meanwhile, in the jungle, No Tail chasing after Spartan. Thug coming in, Shackle shot it to the tree line. Now they get the stun as well from the Dragon Tail. Can they bring him down? Breathe Fire on cooldown, just use it. Not enough mana, good Dream Coil coming in. Maybe next time TP's back in. Can use that tree dance. He wants to get Jerax stunned, misses onto Jerax. So he won't be able to chase him down. Instead, they have to turn their attention to Ana and focus down this DK. The Jingu Mastery will go yet again for MNT, doing some nice work. Another amazing Shackle shot from Jerax. He's hit like 3 of them in this game so far. Meanwhile, Hellbear's Master is going to use his Thunderclap, and now Ana's still in trouble. And maybe next time gets the kill pretty much all on his own. Now in trouble, he's going to use his ultimate. Level 6 is coming out. Jerax gonna go for the power shot, snipes him right in the face, and stops before it can begin. That was crazy. Still, though, they do get the DK down. Yes, they lose MNT yet again, but it's a 1-for-1 exchange, but they also do lose the tower. I believe it might have been denied. I'm not sure.
I don't think the tower... There's actually so much stuff happening on the sidebar that I can't even see it, but I'm not actually sure if it was denied or not. I just feel like Jerax has actually saved like 2 of his teammates so far with clutch shackles, which ended up one time resulting in a turnaround kill and obviously one saving Ana. So this guy's just having a phenomenal game, and it feels like most games that I watch Jerax, he's always just on point. I very rarely ever see him have an off game. And when you're playing a hero like Wind Ranger, you want that consistency, like high-level player who can just see the shackles and line up the power shots and just knock them down. But that's kind of what I was mentioning about the lineup of OG. Their pickoff potential is nuts. Like, you have an instant stun in DK, you have hook shot, shackles, AA blast from across the map, flares to scout out the Monkey King. It's actually very hard to play around that, so OG taking the initiative here, they're going to pop a smoke.
Yep, Spartan's about to get caught. Elder Dragon Form not there, but Jerax already gets the shackle shut off. This is a dead hero, almost certainly. Even if he gets Cold Embrace off, it's not going to matter. He gets blown away by the Ice Blast. Going back to you talking about Jerax, you're absolutely right. He has almost a phenomenal game every time you watch him. He had the Kunga game yesterday up against Alliance where he played absolutely super well. So he's doing it again right now. Now they're going to send 4 heroes up top. They're going to leave No Tail to farm elsewhere. Elder Dragon Form is going to come in again. Skylark ready to go. He's got wall level 2 vacuum as well. Thug TPing in. Dream Coil is ready. They're going to use the Boundless Stride, or excuse me, the Tree Dance first. Boundless Stride's not going to come after, so they won't find anything. More TP's top lane, but really good ward here to get vision for OG, and they're going to back up together and just give a lot of room for No Tail in the mid lane.
They're respecting the 5-man of Ad Finem. They understand, okay, look, we don't have a pipe. We don't have BKBs on our core heroes. We really just want to get a pick and then run, or get a pick and a tower. We don't want to engage a 5v5. Jerax, though, could be dropping here.
Yeah, S4 as well is getting caught out. Jerax very low. They will get the kill with the Hadouken from the Shockwave. They were trying to chase after S4, but he's able to get out without having to use his hook shot. They are split pushing mid. This tier 2 tower is taking a lot of damage. Meanwhile, it looks like Ad Finem want the tier 1 badly, but it's still very high in HP. So they have to make a decision. Do you TP back here, Andy, or do you continue to push top lane?
Well, they know that they use coil, so I think that they're going to try to get as much as they can from OG on this tower. They could actually take it, because they had to use the coil to kill the Wind Ranger, and I think that's part of the reason why JRX was showing for so long. But we'll see what happens.
Tree Dance, Primal Spring coming out. Ana is going to use his Dragon Tail Nice. They don't have the mana to use the stun. They can try to chase this down. They're both pretty low in terms of mana. Mana Boy comes out doing a lot of damage. Maybe next time in trouble. Trying to run away with the search. He might actually make it out here. Skylark as well, getting pretty low. The tower is still alive. It's maybe an auto attack away or two from getting denied here. He might go down. He will get it done. Very close fight. Almost a great mana void from No Tail, but he can't quite get the kill.
Yeah, I think it was more of a scare tactic than anything else. I don't even know if he thought it was going to kill, but it's enough damage to make Finem think twice about continuing that pursuit. Would have been nice if he got the kill, but he's only got the Dominator and the treads right now, so it's not like he's packing any sort of damage at the moment.
There's a Blade Mill on S4 right now. Madara has to be careful. Power shot, he might go down, and he will. Maybe next time does get the stun off. There's going to be the ultimate. Thug's low. Can they get this kill on S4? Jaunt through. They want this pickup. They even have to use Dream Coil. They'll get the job done, but they do lose Madara. Almost getting the kill with the power shot onto Thug, but he's able to TP out and make it away in time. Spartan's low as well. Maybe next time. Doesn't have a TP, but that's still going to be your hard carry and Finem going down up against S4's Clockwork.
There's really no save for the hookshot. That's one of the biggest issues they have. They're going to jump on bottom here looking for Ana.
Yeah, they have the Jingu Mastery stacks building up. Skylark with the Iron Shell. Good Dragon Tail. More TP's coming in. Boundless Strike is ready to go. Vacuum is going to come back in with the wall on top. And they throw up the Boundless Strike and get the kill with it. So a good stop to that push. And again, I think this tower is in deny range. So 2 towers may be denied here from Finem.
I don't think they noticed, or maybe they're just going to go back for it later. Either way, I do like the choice of Ana here. It looks like he is going for the hood. I assume he's just going to go straight into pipe. And anti-mage on your team, you typically, anti-mage doesn't make BKB unless he already has Abyssal Blade or there's just like way too much lockdown. And against a hero like Troll, I don't think No Tail would ever really want to go with that item in this game. So I'm just kind of assuming that Ana's going to be that front line, maybe not rush BKB, but build utility items so they can actually push in. Because still, you can see that OG are tentative about going in just face rolling a fight because they understand how dangerous it is fighting into things like Vac and Coil with Monkey King ult and Winter Wyvern ult as well. Finem, they'll continue looking for a fight. They're just 5-man swarming this mid-tier 1.
Yeah, they're trying to get a tower of their own. So far, OG's been the one pushing the pace when it comes to getting these towers down. Maybe next time was on the tree ready to go, but Madara is actually just sieging from afar with his ranged axes. Hookshot's going to come in onto 2 from S4. Good 2-man cog until the Ice Blast is going to come out. Only hits onto the Troll, but he's already solo. Meanwhile, they're going to use the ultimate coming up for maybe next time they get 1 down. Can they get the second? S4 gets a double kill in the back. Meanwhile, JRX getting chased down. Goes back into the Troll ultimate. Might go down here. Skylark finds himself a double kill. So far, 2 for 2, but now No Tail already using his mana void. Looking to go on Skylark. Another Tree Dance coming in. The Primal Spring is up, and they're going to jump back in. The Waning Rift, but still a lot of damage coming up from No Tail. He picks up the kill on MNT, and now Skylark is going to be next. It might be all 5 here. S4 running low on mana. Good Illusory Orb, jawned out from Thug, but No Tail still on the hunt, and it's a double kill, and all 5 are down and dead for Finem at the end of the fight.
That was such a good initiation from S4. He caught probably 2 of the best possible heroes he could have with the hookshot. Like, he hit right away on Spartan and Madara, killed the Troll Warlord. Like, without a BKB, that hookshot is a death sentence. There's no Force Staffs on the side of Finem. I would even say to a degree that maybe it's not a mistake, but it's just unfortunate that Skylark has a Dominator and a mech instead of a Force Staff and a mech, because I think that item holds so much inherent value against a team that relies on cogs to secure kills. Like, think about Power Shot lining up and AA Blast lining up with cogs and how actually easy it is to land that if S4 hits the hook, and he's been hitting him. So with no utility to defend against that, anyone he initiates on is just dead. And Spartan had to fly out of the cogs with Arctic Burn, which means that you don't have that counter-engage with the curse. Coil's okay, but it doesn't really stop people from hitting you. You need something that just halts the momentum of OG's initiation. And if Spartan's in that Clockwork cogs, he can't do it. He has to run away.
Yeah, the lack of Force Staff is surprising to me. They certainly could use it. The Helm of the Dominator, though, still doing some okay work for Skylark. He's sitting in the tree line. His mech is also done. He's working on getting his Arcanes next, probably into Greaves afterwards. Bottom lane, it looks like they're setting up for something here with maybe next time in Thug. They have the Silence. It is a max level Waning Rift. It's going to be, of course, that 3-second duration if they can get him. They should have Coil as well. They'll use it. There's the stun coming out. They should be able to get No Tail here, and a big kill coming out for Finem using that Tree Dance Primal Spring combination with Thug, getting that silence off. Now top lane
as well.
Yeah, they're going to get the Centaur Conqueror Stomp. He's got the Blade Mill, but the Of course, Arctic Burn doing some nice work, and they do have the Ice Blast, but there's nobody there to really do any further damage. Now Madara looking for Anna as well, and they might be able to find him. He blinks out just in time as the ranged whirling axes were about to go.
That was a little bit strange, actually. I guess he was feeling a little bit safe because he had the ward in the jungle. So S4 just pushed up a tiny bit too far, and obviously getting ganked by a Blink Puck and a Monkey King is pretty hard to avoid unless you already know they're coming. So two really good pickoffs coming out from the side of Ed Finem in the last couple of minutes. It will give them some breathing room. They want more, though. They understand their position in the game, and it's not really going super well for them at the moment. They're just trying to get as much momentum as they can, hopefully get to a BKB on their Troll Warlord at some point, and maybe land like one good combo. That's all it really takes for their kind of lineup to make their way back into the game.
Absolutely. And now they're looking for more with this gank as well. Spartan has the Arctic Burn ready. Jerax about to get jumped on with the Primal Spring. Windrun will go, but vacuum back into the Centaur Conqueror Stomp. Nicely done. Jerax will fall. Good combination there coming out from Ad Finem.
Yeah, the map pressure is what's most important for them right now. When you have a mid-game team that has good pick potential and great 5-man, you really don't want to let the enemy team just like push lanes freely, which is why I was kind of surprised that S4 and NoTail got caught like in such quick succession. But maybe the one pick made S4 think he was safer than he actually was. Speaking of not being safe, he's about to get picked
again. Another Conqueror Stomp. That is huge. They're starting to really be aggressive with these ganks, and they're succeeding in finding pickoff after pickoff. They use the smoke to get Jerax, but finding S4 with just an invis rune from Thug, and he also has a Dagon now. They're starting to push up towards this tier 3 tower as well, Andy, and looking to put some pressure on to this building.
Yeah, I don't think they're really going to be able to accomplish much in the way of getting damage on the tower, but I mean, Anna's frontlining pretty confidently here. He's got the hook completed. He's super tanky. Nice power shot from Jerax again.
Yeah, they're gonna back up. Maybe next time surged up. Shackle shot to the tree. Now Thug going for the waiting Rip. He has the drink well ready to go. Vacuum not ready for Skylark. He's got the wall, but no mana for it. They still take down one. That's gonna be Fly. Anna in trouble as well. They're gonna get the stun up with a Boundless Strike, followed by the Centaur Conqueror Stomp. There's too much lockdown, and now the avenue is open to go for this tier 3 tower, or at least pressure it a little bit. They do have a lot of wave clear, so they have to back up. But Thug's still up in the high ground, while NoTail is split pushing the top lane and gonna get this tier 2 tower. Meanwhile, it's gonna be the Cold Embrace Thug. Battery Salt, Shackle shot. He's probably gonna fall here. They drop the ultimate from MNT, but there's no real follow-up damage coming out. And that was a
couple of really awkward mistakes coming in from both teams. Like the first one, OG super confident, like pushing out. They didn't have their clockwork that whole time, and I think that maybe even they don't understand how important S4 is for their team combination to actually work. And then they chase out. They get a really good shackle and a stun onto MNT, which kind of baits them into this false sense of security, thinking they can win the fight. Then they get turned on. Then Spartan kills his puck by cold embracing him inside the enemy base, because he had orb and phase shift off cooldown. He could have just orbed after the initial hookshot and then just got away. But I think Spartan maybe didn't know that he had his spells up or something and just casted it on him. Fly, going to be going in the grave here shortly.
Again, that's... Primal Spring and the Tree Dance are pretty insane from MNT to be able to get these kills. He's been all over the place. It's so hard to tell where this Monkey King actually is at any given time because of that Tree Dance. And so he's able to find these pickoffs like crazy. And they need that.
It's really hard to play against Monkey King, and to be fair, you haven't really had an opportunity to see one in a competitive environment anyway. So even though, you know, pub experience is great and everything, it's kind of different when you're playing against it in an actual game. And I think that it's just really hard to adjust because you never really know where the hero is. And I think that's a large reason why they picked things like Clockwork and like Wind Ranger, who can just scout out from long distance to be able to actually, you know, kill MNT. And they've done a pretty good job of it so far. But every once in a while, you're just like, all right, I got Monkey King, guys, sorry.
It's like catching a Tinker almost when he's in the tree line. Well, it looks like SSA Spartan's going to be dead here. Good attempt at the Glimmer Cape, but he's done so. And they'll be able to continue to push. So
I like the Glimmer. It's not a 4th staff, obviously, but it kind of accomplishes the same thing. A majority of the damage that OG are putting out right now is based around magic. So like AA ult, stuff like that, power shots, battery assault. So if you can Glimmer somebody and put them in the Cold Embrace, it should be enough to keep them alive through the initial onslaught. And Mathara is caught out here.
Yeah, S4's got him. They have the Ice Blast coming in as well. The trail will hit him, and he goes right into the Ice Blast explosion zone. Brings himself down as Fly gets the kill. Thug's nearby. Is a blink ready to go, but he isn't really needed at this point. So they find a nice pickoff. 2 heroes are dead, and suddenly OG are starting to turn things around. And Andy, they have the Battle Fury. They've had it for some time on the anti-mage down. I think things are going to get a lot harder for Ad Finem as the game progresses.
Yeah, it's going to become really scary the next 10 minutes. Like, the Manta's going to get finished, and then you're looking at your Abyssal Blade or a BKB perhaps. Okay, that's a dead Fly.
And, well, Thug might pay for it, though. That is not worth it in any way,
Not at all,
shape, or
especially
form.
if they kill more.
Yeah, Spartan's going to get chased down. They do have the Glimmer Cape. Skylark has Surge ready to go. He's also got the Force Staff now completed. Here comes the Monkey King. Anna's going to jump up. Power Shot brings it down and stuns it. Vacuum Wall, though. They have the huge Witch's Curse as well. And now no
mana.
Out of mana. He'll fall. A big kill coming out for Ad Finem. Here comes Wukong's command for maybe next time. Boundless Strike going. He has to leap out, though. He's going to try to get the Primal Spring going again. Anna's slowed up now. And he's getting actually just chunked down by both the Iron Show, the right push coming out from the Monkey King. And Anna has to back away. Madara wasn't there to help get the kill. Looking to go a little bit further. The Ice Blast only will hit on Madara. And it looks like that might be it. No, Primal Spring again, but a good blink from Anna. Make sure he doesn't get slowed up by that ability.
That was a really, really nice vac combination.
What?
Getting the clone of the Anti-Mage and just hitting him the whole time during the curse. S4 in no man's land under a ward here.
That Boundless Strike was pretty freaking ridiculous. He was maybe here when he stunned him, which was here.
Yeah, it's a good spell, Ma. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's pretty good.
It seems pretty good, yeah. Vacuum back, Jarek's another Primal Spring going to come out. He just avoids it with the Wind Run, however. Shackle Shot, but it gets avoided by the Glimmer Cape. Back and forth we go. Ad Finem putting on the pressure the last couple of seconds there, as they did not have the Anti-Mage. No Tail has been dead for a bit.
I like the fact that they just ran there. Like, they didn't have Thug. He was actually showing top when they were chasing that tier 2. If they had kept pursuit, it would have been really, really dangerous, considering they had dropped pretty much all of their ultimates before to get the kill on No Tail when they were near their tier 2 in the mid lane. So a little bit of patience, not just pushing it too hard. The Ad Finem of past might have just gone completely YOLO on that, and it probably would not have turned out very well, but they've definitely shaped up a bit lately. Maybe not quite as well as they would like to be doing, but in this game at least, a lot of people, even Peter, said that he thought that OG were just going to take it pretty handily, and I respect his opinion above most other people's, to be honest, and Ad Finem are certainly making it a fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, this Monkey King fits their style. I mean, every 5 seconds you see them running at some individual player getting kills like crazy. And now the Monkey King also, he's got his Echo Saber, so he's starting to get into a little bit of right click himself, and maybe next time trying to build in what seems to be a Basher next as well. So already, he's hitting pretty hard. He's going to be hitting even harder pretty soon, and they're going to have some very good cores with the Battle Trance coming out from Madara. His BKB is almost completed. He just needs about 300 gold to get that recipe. And then things, I think, get a little bit more difficult for OG this time.
Yeah, it's tricky because Troll has this really awkward power spike, and I kind of hate using that term, but it really is true when you get a 10-second BKB. It's that feeling of, I am literally invincible against OG's team because I cannot be hit by spells. That's pretty much the thinking that he's going to have, and that means that if you get lucky, yeah, sure, you can permabash somebody. You got a Monkey King with an Echo Saber and a Batcher on top of that inside of the Monkey King ult. I don't think heroes are actually going to move Ma. I think they're just going to disconnect from the game. I think they're just
probably
done.
Hook shot in. That's going to hit up on his Skylark. He's going to force himself out, finally having that item. Winter's Curse comes. Can they bring down S4, doing some nice damage here, backing back in. Now they're going to come in with a Waning Rip. They have the Dream Call. Nicely done so far. No Tail still alive. The Arctic Burn. He's going to be able to blink away. He's out of mana now. Gets forced out. Can they bring him down? They want this kill. Good stun coming up from Anna to blink in. Now the Breathe Fire, the cold feet as well. Madara does pick up S4. They're looking for more. Shackle Shot not there for Jerax. Madara on the run. Here comes Wukong's command. They get the Boundless Strike. Hannah's in trouble. He's low on mana as well, but he does get that Shadow Blade off, and they don't have detection, it looks like. Loser Europe just going to hit Fly. Diving the tier 2 tower. Now there's going to be the Shackle Shot. He's so close to death. The Mana Void, it's not enough. The Cold Embrace comes out. They're going to look for another, at least Primal Spring, but they can't hit it. They're looking for the bash on Anna. Still low. Vacuum back in. Nicely done from Skylark, and Anna will fall. 3 dead. They can't find anything else, but that is a damn good fight for Ad Finem, as Madara's BKB comes out at the perfect time.
Yeah, I think that just showcased one of the biggest weaknesses in OG's draft. When the hero that gets hookshot doesn't die, shit gets real tough. Like, they tried to line up all their abilities to get the kill on the Clockwork right away. He force staffs out. Those cogs actually stopped them from pursuing. And then the really clutch force staff out into a Cold Embrace and a Glimmer Cape to save on Thug after the Mana Void. Like, Ad Finem played that fight extremely well. Yeah. But now they're relying more and more on No Tail and Ana becoming those cores and getting like the Manta style done, being able to get those Blink Abyssals and just kill a hero. Because that's what they're going to need from now on. It's no longer like S4 being able to carry this early game phase and just getting those free picks. It's now, okay, our cores actually need to start carrying some weight.
It's that weird time where it's a little bit before Anti-Mages, I think he really comes online. He's very close. He has the Manta style, so He's maybe ready to fight, but they need some other heroes to step up and help him. But there's a lot of items coming out for Finem. You just saw the Lincoln Spear coming back for Puck. There's also the Blink up and ready to go for the Winter Wyvern that he just got. So they have a lot of initiation potential. They have a lot of save potential now. And they just have very good sustained team fight if they want to go for it.
It's a bit... I don't know, man. Like, right now, OG are in this really awkward transitional phase. You kind of worded it perfectly. They're trying to find enough space for No Tail to get his next big item. And once he has it, I think they're going to be all right. But for now, you can see how different they're playing on the map. Like, S4 is like, okay, well, there's 4 stats out. There's glimmers now. My job has become a heck of a lot harder, especially during a full-fledged team fight. A pick might still be possible, but, you know, even Thug now, he's got the Lincolns, the 9-second BKB on Madara. After that, he's got the SMY as well, so he's getting even more tanky. I would say anti-mage late game against a Troll Warlord, the playstyles are a little bit different, but you don't really ever want to man fight against Monkey King Troll.
No, that doesn't seem great. That doesn't seem like a winning combination for No Tail this game. So the question becomes, well, what do you do then if you're not going to man fight? You have to split push. You have to hope your team comes in.
They need to split up the map, and it's easier said than done. Granted, OG have really great pickoff potential, probably more so than what Finem can offer, because they really only have just like I guess they have the Blink Curse now on Spartan, but they had the Blink on Thug, so those are their 2 ways of catching the split pushing. But that is kind of what I feel they need to do at the moment.
Oh, Anna. He gets the regen rune and blinks out. I think he might have seen the Centaur Conqueror on the high ground just barely, or he just knew something was up, but nonetheless, he will survive.
This is a fairly black map for OG, at least when it comes to seeing across the river. They got like, what, 2 wards up right now?
Yeah, they have 1 defensive ward in their own jungle, and then they have 1 at the Roche pit, essentially. So
it's super scary.
Thug blinks in, is not able to find Anna, who does use the Shadow Blade. They don't have detection, it seems like. At least they haven't dropped any if they do. They're just going to I think, sit back for now. Meanwhile, No Tail split pushing mid, doing what he needs to do. He talked about it, splitting up the map. And he'll push into that mid lane so that Monkey King can get some farm. And by the way, MNT did get that Basher, so he is in a very good position. But now they're trying to fight down bottom. Spartan looking for something. Dream misses onto S4. So now this might be the best time for either OG to run or get a fight going. It looks like it's going to be the former. Fly TPing out. S4 still going to get caught nonetheless. He does have his blade mail up and ready, but it's not going to save him, I don't believe. They're trying to find him in the trees, and they will. Madara finds himself a killing spree. And they missed the Dream Quote, but they still get the kill nonetheless. Anna's trying to split up the wave, and he will back now. I think they know where he is, though. They're TPing in. Does he have a TP? He does. He's just really waiting. He's got another blink. He's going to use the Shadow Blade, and he might get out because of it. Dust goes, but he doesn't get hit by it. It was just narrowly missed. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was a nice try. Anna's following Madara around now. Okay.
Yeah, I think Madara might be dead here. Cold Embrace comes out. He does have his BKB ready. Vacuum Wall. Nicely done for Scar, like the counter initiation. They don't have the coil, but they have Illusory Orb and Waning Rift. Now they're chasing out Anna, who's getting low as well. Shadowblade back at the 3. The stun will come out. He won't be able to get it off more than likely, and even if he did, he was dusted up. Madara finds himself a double kill. That Cold Embrace right there, huge for Spartan.
Yeah, the Glimmer Cape is coming in really big as well. And again, it's just all owed to that one thing. You know, OG's form of initiation is we gotta kill one hero really fast.
Right.
And if that one hero doesn't die, we have nothing left. You know, they use the Shackle Shot, they go all in. Granted, I guess they didn't have S4 because he was dead, but either way, now this is Roshan secured for Finem. Madara already hard enough to kill, is just showcased there. I thought he was gonna die, but Spartan was a little bit too close for them to be able to get the hero actually down, and they just get turned on and lose both of their most valuable heroes. Like, this is not looking good for OG right now.
And they can't split up that because of that exact reason. No Tail's not alive, neither is Anna. They can't go to top or bottom and split this up. They really just have to sit back and probably watch this tower go down. MNT is pretty much the bodyguard to Finem. He's waiting to pounce. He's waiting to help out his team if need be. The next creep wave is here. Like we said before, there is good creep clear from OG, and they have the high ground for now. We'll see if they can get anything done on Finem side, but it looks like they might just back up, and Shackle Shot is going to get phase shifted by Thug. We'll see if they want to go any further for OG. Anna is walking out, but I don't know if they can find anything here.
Yeah, this puts No Tail in a really rough spot too, in terms of item progression, because he is that player who wants to fight with his team. He's not like any other Greed Core who would just play it, buy the Abyssal, say, screw it, I don't want to buy BKB, I'm just going all in on my stun lock item. And I think that, in a way, that's kind of a trap this game. Because look at every single fight that happens, right? He gets cloned in the Darkseer wall. He either gets targeted by the curse, or he's just in the curse, in which case the BKB would actually help, as long as he's not the sole target of it. And then you're playing against multiple bashes, ridiculous attack speed scaling, and high damage. That's not a good game to be able to buy a BKB in, right? And I'm not saying like it's the right or the wrong choice. It's just a hard choice. You're saying, okay, if I get BKB, maybe I'll be a bit more useful in the fight. But if I get stun locked by Wukong's command and a troll, my BKB does nothing for me.
Are you watching this? This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm watching it.
This is the most absurd thing I've ever seen.
It's Monkey King, dude. It's just Monkey King.
He's more elusive than this anti-mages. Are you kidding me?
It's just Monkey King, dude.
This is some Benny Hill music stuff right here. How is this still happening? They're control picking. They're like, what is happening? Push bottom. Everybody, push bottom. They're not here. They have to TP them.
Oh
maybe
my
next time
God.
just wasted maybe a minute and a half of their time in the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Now the Winter's Curse is going to come out onto Anna, and they're going to vacuum wall it up and try to get something going here. This tier 3 tower is below half HP. Skylark backing up. And Monkey King is not concerned that he's not there right now. It is a 4 versus 5 if they want to take the fight. There's the Dream Coil fly. It gets blown away immediately with the Dagon coming out from Thug. And it's Shadowbladed up, looking to fight. Battle Trance going from Madara in 5 seconds if he wants it. The Blade Mail not really doing anything for S4. He's narrowly alive. The tier 3 is gone. And guess what? Monkey King is here now. Battle Trance is up. Anna pops the pipe, but he gets bashed up. He does get forced away still. Vacuum back in. Another good Centaur Conqueror stop. The Primal Spring, good stuff.
Nice mana void.
Nice mana void. It actually might do enough here. They get the Aegis. Here comes Wukong's command. Can they get Anna? Nobody's in it. Maybe next time just using it as a zoning ult, but that might be enough to get this melee rack at the very least, Andy.
They might get S4 as well. Thug's got that Dagon. Yep, there he goes.
Yeah, he's gone. And they will get the building. That had to be one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen, and it's not done yet. Anna gonna have to blink away. Madara looking to run at him. His BKB is down. MNT gonna use the stun. Shadowblade's not up for another second, and he just gets blown away.
Oh my God.
No tail jumping in and just getting shredded by this right click with the battle trance from both MNT and Madara. And he has to just escape and get back to the well. And this is going to be a full set of racks after that crazy stuff happening top lane.
Do you remember when we were talking about how it's a tough game to buy a BKB in? He blinked in, Manta BKB'd, and in 2 seconds he had to run away. Granted, he didn't have his team to back him up. But again, it's not about the right or the wrong choice. It's just a really hard choice. He's not really given a good option at this point, and it's kind of one of the biggest issues with anti-mage is that if you're not like crushing it. Oh, nice back. Yeah,
back into Curse, and they blow away Fly immediately. Now coming in with another Dream Coil. The bash comes out from no tail. The Force Staff might save his life. It won't. Double kill for Spartan. Madara's BKB is popped. The Cogs won't do anything except actually hinder Anna inside of them. Spartan has the double kill. They're looking for more. Thug coming in with another Waning Rift. He's going to face shifts and jaunt out momentarily. MNT, he has the Boundless Strike in 8 seconds. He has his ultimate as well. It's level 3, by the way. And they are just going to take this tier 3 tower down. They don't have buyback for no tail. And this might be 2 sets of racks, Andy.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what they're supposed to do without their AM. This is a really rough situation. They do miss the stun on the Monkey King, though.
Yeah. I mean, that'll I guess, stop them, at least for a moment here. Thug jumping back in with another Waiting Rift. The Illusory Orb. Dagon, S4 again, narrowly alive. Wukong's command gets canceled by a Dragon Tail, but they Cold Embrace, and so he's just going to use it again if he needs to. And he should be fine here. They will throw the Ice Blast, and it's going to hit on him maybe next time. He might fall, and he shouldn't. Anna's going to get the kill. So, looks like Jerax picks it up. Now they will find Skylark on the retreat, so they lost a building, but they might be able to get something out of this. And they really do. They need more than what they've got. A great Shackle Shot from Jerax, but so far Thug and Spartan are still fine. Madara's going to come back, and they still don't have no tail, which is so much of their damage, and Madara just wrecks them. Jerax gets blown away again by this right click from Madara. And so, yes, they lose 2, but they also lose that other melee racks in that mid lane. And probably they're trying to.
OG had such a strong start. And they're trying to find whatever they can here. I'm not sure if Anna's going to be able to get anything but a support.
Yeah,
he's not even going to chase up the hill. Too dangerous to fight around the shrine.
Yep.
It's rough, man. Like, this is one of the oldest things that people learned about when they were drafting is having too much of one type of damage. And I think that's actually the biggest problem that OG have is Fly just gets sent to the freaking afterlife there. I mean, granted, Dota games are shorter, so you can kind of all in on one damage type a little bit more. Like, pure magical damage compositions are still okay. And in some ways, it's kind of like a 4 Protect 1 with like really high pickoff potential, which sounds awesome on paper, and granted, they executed it very well during the beginning. But at some point, when push comes to shove, Monkey King and Troll, your AM is just not, he's not doing it. Especially not with a DK who went like support-oriented items like Pipe and, Hood and Blink. So you need more right-click power right now. That's what OG are really, really lacking, or a pick. And Finem have been playing together for quite a while now. This is maybe the first time in like the last 10-15 minutes that they've really been split up.
And that might provide them the kill into Thug. Phase Shift avoids the mana void. He has Blink ready in his second. and he's going to make it out. No Tail can fall, but he heads the wrong direction. Might just be trying to escape as Skylark is coming in now. Illusion Orb won't hit No Tail. He's going to try to TP out. Thug could go for the Dream Coil blind, but it's too late now as the TP is successful. But again, that was their best opportunity at getting a kill, and Thug still stays alive. If that Mana Void was a half second earlier, that's a kill, I think.
MNT might be going down.
Nope. Yeah, he is. He even used Wukong's command too, so he's done. He's a BKB now, and he's going Desolator as well. How much more damage do you need on a Monkey King when you already have Battle Trance?
You don't actually need any damage. I mean, the whole point of buying Echo Saber and Basher is not for damage, it's just sheer utility. That's what makes the hero balanced mod, because you can just buy nothing but utility items that give health, and you still do infinity damage.
It's it doesn't seem fair, especially with how this game has gone. Not only has MFT been strong in terms of late game potential, but like he's literally killed at least 10 people just with his Primal Spring alone, I feel like. So it's a little ridiculous that he can transition into the way that he has. Skylark Guardian Group, they're chasing him down. Shackle Shot doesn't latch. The waiting are coming in, Dagon.
Oh.
See you later, Jirax. You're done. No Tail now. Wants to get this kill, and he will. Meanwhile, let's say Spartan in trouble as well. No Tail finds himself a double. This might be their best fight. Fly. Well, he just dies too damn quickly to do anything. Buyback coming in from Skylark. Now, good cogs to stop any more further aggression from said Darkseer, but still No Tail now. Done. Double kill for Thug. Dagon, Madara had a double damage rune as if his damage wasn't already enough. And now they have a refresher as well on Spartan.
Yeah, Troll just carries items so much better in this game than an anti-mage does. That's really what it boils down to. No Tail has to be playing from ahead for a very, very long time. And I think that No Tail plays a ton of heroes very, very well. But I think that it's really hard for him to play AM because he always has this like sense of responsibility to fight with his team.
Right.
He's always there, even as an anti-mage. And I think that might not be like the right mentality for this sort of game when you're kind of falling behind, is just being that team fight AM. I think you need to be like literally as greedy as possible and just try to out-farm and just try to make it happen that way.
Stun onto Ana. Maybe next time going to work BKB, or excuse me, onto S4. BKB pops. He does pop the Blade Mill himself. This is really just a zone out S4 so they can take the top racks because Madara pops his Battle Trance. See you later. No Tail's going to come in. They're going to try to do the best they can. There's the hook shot as well. Madara getting low. He gets shackled up to a creep as well, but here comes Wukong's command. Madara is somehow not dead yet. Finally will go down. But still, they've lost the melee racks again. MNT looking to jump on a tree. Primal Spring is about to go. Can he get somebody here? Fly would be the opportune choice. He's now alone, and he's actually going to get stunned up. He might get dropped down here, so MNT getting a little bit greedy. They lose both of their cores, and they're not done yet. They're looking for Thug. Good power shot. That was perfectly timed from Jirax. Still, though, they will get the kill. Maybe he's got the wind run up. He's so low. The vacuum back in gets the job done with that Splinter Blast. Skylark going to search himself away. They're trying to decide who they want to go for. There's the second Winter's Curse for Spartan to TP out, and they get the kill because Fly is so damn squishy against No Tail.
Yeah, when the Wyvern has a refresher and he's just using curses to casually solo kill supports, game is looking pretty tough.
It's not great.
Oh, no question about that. There is actually one more thing I wanted to add that we didn't really touch on too much during the game because it was a lot of fighting. But OG's team, like, you want to play from ahead, obviously. But you also want to be able to at least secure a Rosh. And their team is just not good at killing Roshan. They don't have a Roshan hitting hero except for Anti-Mage. And I guess Wind Ranger if you had like Aghanims or whatever. So even if they were ahead, it's very difficult for them to kind of maintain that advantage without just accruing a huge amount of kills. So I think their lineup, while it's actually still very good, requires just a consistency, high level execution to make work against what Finem have in Spartan.
Spartan? Oh my god, how is he alive? He shouldn't be alive right now, but he is, and he's waddling away. Still, S4 is looking for him. He's got his hook shot ready again. He has the Aghanim Scepter. Skylark. Every hero is back alive except for Thug now, so vacuum in. No Tail gets stunned up by the Boundless Strike again. What an ability. What a hero, and they're not done. M&T jumps in front of S4 and narrowly just tanks that hook shot, but S4 is able to get out with the creep wave nearby. Still, though, they're getting run at this point. Ana, he should have a Shadow Blade. No, it's down for 6 seconds. They're really just running at him at this point. They're running down mid. They're running. They're trying to find a kill. And Madara might get a persistent bash. Not lucky enough
got
to do
the
so.
SMY, though.
Yeah, he's got the main proc going, and they have the vision, or at least they should. They do get the Dream Coil off. It looks like they don't, actually. They're not going to go for him regardless.
Spartan's boards were in his backpack, so he didn't actually have them off cooldown.
Yeah, either way, I mean, they didn't really need it. Now coming in, Skylark Vacuum is going to come in. There's the Winter's Curse. The stun came out a bit early, so did the Wukong's command. But they're dead regardless as soon as they come out of this. And Ana's just like, well, I guess that's it.
I'm literally watching my own nightmare right now.
It's just like, what do you do? I mean, if you can't kill Monkey King when he's getting chased down for 2 minutes in the top lane, how are you supposed to win this game? And the answer is you don't, because GG's fault.
Whew, that was rough. I gotta say, OG came really strong out of the gate. Like, they were finding kills everywhere. Then Ad Finem, like, MNT single-handedly forced the dismantling of the tri-lane, put a lot of pressure onto No-Tail's anti-mage. MNT still walked around, got a ton of kills. The Monkey King inevitably did a tremendous amount of work for Ad Finem. There's no questioning that. But at the same time, Ad Finem actually still all-around played a very solid game, found a ton of picks. They knew the strengths of their lineup. They wanted to play 5-man Dota with their Troll Warlord and bashing Monkey King, and they made it happen. I think OG's lineup actually required a higher level of execution in order to win after having watched the game played out. But I still think either draft could have won. Maybe Ad Finem, just the Monkey King maybe pushed him over the edge when he just dodged 5 heroes for 30 seconds and let him hit bottom racks or bottom tier 3. That was kind of nuts. Yeah, it was super solid. I mean, I think that OG are probably like the better overall team as well, like what Peter was saying during the pregame, but Ad Finem definitely brought something a little bit different, and that's what we're looking to Elimination Mode for, so it's pretty cool.